Hey, welcome back to D&D House. We just came back from our break, a short 5 minutes, and we're here testing our Plus Ultra RPG homebrewed system. Completely separate from anything Pathfinder or 5th edition, anything Dungeons & Dragons at all. I made this for our wacky little My Hero game that we play. We're not going to start using it in the main game, unless for some reason everyone falls in love with it, but even then I don't think so. But in the meantime, we're going to get some experts, some literal experts to test it out for me. So we spent the first half of stream building most of the characters, and now we're kind of figuring out specific details. We were coming back to the twins. Did we have a weakness figured out?
Well,
Right back to you with Curve.
there was a very good idea in chat.
Oh, I was going to change it.
Hey.
Marsilius recommended that.
Jagu.
Yeah, recommended that we could. You could have a nosebleed,
Yep.
and that I could have small fractures or like muscle tears, which we like. We do like.
Okay. So then that means, I think that's pretty simple then. Your character, we're going to figure out what overuse means, but when you overuse, you're going to take bleed damage. You're going to take psychic damage, because it's your nerves and muscles failing, which is a psychic, not a
Got it.
piercing. Okay.
Yeah, because pain isn't real; it's just the body's
Pain
way
isn't
of-
real, it's a psychic effect, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. So then, with a currently pretty weak output, but no saving throw to negate it, do we want to set a pretty standard emitter kind of level limit for how much you can use your quirk before it starts to fuck with you a little bit? Like, we could give you the exact same shit he has for Scream. Where it's just like, oh, my ability score, I get stacks of, we'll figure out what your stacks are called. And then once I equal my ability score, I start going over it, I take damage every time I use it after that.
Flux. What about stacks of flux?
Flux.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, it's a charge. You're dealing with charged particles. I don't hate that. If you want me to call it that, go for it.
That's a temporary name. We can always change it.
Yeah, Flux is a name that happens to be taken in my Hero canon, but we're not worried about that. Only two. Cool. So what are your scores then? Your skill is 4 and your knowledge is 4? Fucking twins. You guys both did the same thing. You guys are crazy.
Only a little.
These two have been playing together for like 3 years. These are my best friends. Okay. Well, your weakness for your main ability is pretty good. We'll figure out your second ability. Start thinking. Your curve thing.
So I could have that. I also thought something else.
Yeah?
So for recovery, what if I had to drain the life force out of something else?
What the fuck, Kite?
Meaning that for my weapons, I would just carry vegetables. And then to recover uses of my quirk, I would just like disintegrate the vegetables and I'd have to get a new one.
You can destroy objects to recover.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of like
It's like Druid life drain.
that's like how Superman sucks sunlight out of sunflowers and insta-kills them in mass to like get some of his power back. I kind of see that. Like if we limited it to plants, right? Because you have photokinetic powers.
Yeah.
Would that make sense to you?
Yeah.
So you can't just use it on like living like humans.
No, I can't just like drain
Unless they have
somebody.
a plant-based quirk like Shiozaki, beware, right? Don't wrap him up in your hair or he'll start fucking turning it to dust. That's a bad day. Sure, I think that makes sense. So as a second ability, or we're just gonna call it recovery for now.
Yeah, recovery.
Okay, it's a passive ability, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say, cool, as a free action, any plant life you come in contact with, you can just recover one use of your quirk per the size of the plant life. So
Jesus is gonna hate you.
So if it's like a small or medium plant, like a shrub that just fills one space on the board, I'm probably gonna say one use of your quirk back. If it's a tree that fills like 4 spaces of the board, I mean, you might need to use multiple turns or multiple actions to drain it. I think it would be fair to give you like the 4 uses of your quirk back if you kill a tree.
Is it only from plant life, or can like you want to be able to use that on people?
Just plants.
We're discussing plants because things that absorb light,
Yeah.
right? Of course, again, plant-based mutants.
Run, Mori, run!
Yeah,
Run.
Mori,
Run.
Shiozaki.
Shiro.
No, she
Do any
is not a plant,
mushrooms
excuse
have,
you.
like have sunlight as
hold
something they
light.
want?
He does.
Not really.
Like,
Not really.
Fungus
That's what I
isn't.
thought.
Yeah.
Does.
Fungus doesn't care. There are other things, I'm sure. Plenty of plant. Okay. So then let's just say it's a free action for per space, but then for every space of plant larger than that, you're going to use more action. And the action economy is pretty simple. We'll get to that when we get to the combat breakdown. But it just goes, free bonus, which is like a swift action, move, and then standard. So you could use your whole turn to drain a whole tree and get full.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's a good second ability. It gives you versatility. It gives you options.
I know I will.
It means you will now have longevity, which is a concern with limited quirks like that. Cool. You have your two shit. You have your two shit.
I still need a weakness.
You, for this secondary recovery style ability,
You cry every time you kill something.
yeah,
Uncontrollably weeps.
yeah, you could take a status effect. You could just cry. That's flavorful and fun for character work. If you want something just a little more normal, like practical, we could just give you a limit of how much you can recover per day.
Yeah,
That
well,
would be fair.
we'll set a limit, and then I'll think of something weird to do while I'm touching a tree.
I hate those words.
Orgasms every time.
Feels all this light
All right,
energy
I'm ready.
flowing through his body.
I gotta
Teenagers, I'd like to know.
I
Teenagers.
gotta change my pants every time I recover.
Scared the living shit out of me.
It's like one of those crippling, the knees start shaking orgasms.
Oh
God.
You
god.
go
Just can't walk.
like, Bambi legs for a round.
Oh
I hate that. Thanks for making that a viable idea in my mind.
Got you covered, boy.
Bambi legs.
So let's set your limit at pretty simple. Let's put it at your skill. That's just a fair limit. So you have 7 uses of your shit per day. You can get 5 back. You have 12 effective uses.
Your skills.
Skill's 5.
Oh, okay.
But his quirk, because it is a very fine limit, we put it to skill
Got
plus
it.
heart.
Got it.
Yeah. And that could change. It might just end up being skill later.
Yeah.
Especially with this recovery thing. Who knows?
So is every single ability or leveling up of an ability going to inherently have a weakness? What if I just go for increasing my quirk's general resiliency?
They don't have to have weaknesses. If you're improving a current ability, you can make the weakness less severe or just increase the effect and keep the weakness as it is.
Okay.
If you want to make a new ability, it doesn't have to be like a weakness, like a penalty to you, but there will be at least a limit.
But there always has to be some kind of limit. Yeah. Or it has to tie directly into something that already has a limitation.
Yes, or it has to be a branch.
Because if I just go straight up for like a resiliency ability that increases the number of screams I can do by 2 or whatever, there doesn't inherently have to be a weakness because it's tied to something that's already.
Yeah, I don't even know if that'd be a whole. You could maybe make that a new ability.
Yeah.
You could justify that as just a level up of your current level 1 ability that exists, and just be like, okay, my weakness is now it's 4 plus 2 is my limit.
Okay.
You
Primo.
Cool. Do you guys have another ability for your second quirk? Or second ability?
Yeah, I think our second abilities are different.
Yeah.
So like just to confirm, like
Twins.
the person. So it like our first ability is like the changing like our personal magnetic field, and also.
Both have that.
But it's not also like affecting other things, right? That would be separate.
So your first ability is just personal?
That's what I'm trying to clarify.
I wasn't
sure if you were
first
separating
ability was personal or effect.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Yeah. So are you
that
want
then
to do
brings
that
up-
where you can do the?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and then I think I might do the.
That then brings up the
Yeah.
question of we just want to set the range for your. You want to set the range for your general quirk
Yes.
to 4 spaces, right? That's like 1 per ability score. Does that feel fair? So you can affect anything
Up to.
within 4 squares of your person.
So up to your base stat,
Yeah.
basically. Okay.
That's your range. I think that's a pretty fair general estimate.
Okay.
And it could change.
So, and your second ability is?
I was thinking of maybe the almighty push.
Oh, holy Christ.
The almighty push.
Taco Bell.
I was going to do a throwback to like what Shiro did with the force punch, so like with magnetically pushing someone away.
So you want to, as an ability,
Yeah.
Realign their chakras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, as a single action, as part of an attack roll, you would want to give yourself a charge and give an enemy a charge and attack them. I mean, I think that's fair.
Stop with that jacket push.
I'm sorry.
I think then the question would be currently an attack roll to apply a charge to something. If you're doing it like this, would we want to make it more expensive to do this? Like you build more stacks of flux? I think that would make sense. You're doing more faster, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes some sense. So then, just as an attack action, you make an attack, you gain a negative charge, your enemy gains a positive charge, right? And they're then they're moved 20, or not 20 feet, 4 spaces. Because normally they move towards each other at a 2-space kind of rate, right? I think for you to make an almighty push, just pushing them forward. That makes sense, right?
Knockback.
Yeah, it's knockback. And funny, if there are knockback abilities in the game already, like talents you can take, so you could take those and amplify this even more.
Yeah.
Just big knockback. You guys are crowd control specialists. I love it. You are a crowd. This guy's still a duelist somehow. It like ties a style or something.
Time to duel?
This is actually a really fun party already. I'm sad. Sorry, we'll get a session in next week at least. Okay. You content with that then?
Yeah.
The almighty push.
Almighty push.
Mighty push. So then we're just gonna say that's gonna give you 2 stacks of flux because you're applying an effect to someone else and yourself at the same time. Okay. I mean, that's pretty simple. That's fair. And then it's gonna shove them back 4 spaces. No save, like your normal effect, still no save. Cool. You, my friend.
So my idea was like for like greater mobility, using it for greater mobility. 'Cause with the way I'm understanding it, it's like I could, because mine is more pull, I can bring things to me. That's
Or bring yourself to things, is what you're thinking?
I'm
Okay, Kratos.
kind of, yeah. Yeah, I mean, basically. But just like either like gaining like flight, basically, like getting higher off the ground, or like more,
Rocketing yourself around.
yeah, using it for mobility.
Yeah, even just kind of doing like what Nensho Tenohira does and just speeding along the ground really fast as you pull yourself towards an object.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah, because I feel like flight is more like a repulsion thing, right? Like I
was gonna go that
But you just
route.
attract yourself to the ceiling.
Right, but if you're in an
Yeah.
open space.
Well, and that was kind of our idea that like
Haphazard tree
together,
branch like Spider-Man.
like
See, I
together
was
we could
thinking
achieve flight.
See, that makes sense. The ultimate move combos
Together you're going to send yourselves into orbit.
Yes,
and bring
exactly.
yourselves back home. Hey, you're immune to gamma radiation. Okay? You have your own magnetospheres.
I just imagine it's like miles apart. I'm like, Oshi! And I just hear Hiku! And zoom!
I like the idea that even without,
Knockheads, yeah.
I like the idea that even without like having your quirk active, right? You like walk past refrigerators and all the magnets fall
Yeah.
off. You know? It's like,
Absolutely, yeah.
They
There's like
stick to
just
you.
there's a basic.
It's just little basic things.
okay.
Everything is
God, your phone's batteries must be so fucked. Constant magnetic
Have a
force.
Faraday cage to carry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who says I use a phone?
My God, you use a radio. Okay, so you want then some kind of mobility option. I I think it'd be pretty simple to just say you can pull yourself towards an object, which would mean either you get additional just land move speed or it gives you more vertical speed options, right? Does that sound fair? So you pick an option within your range, you just pull yourself 20 feet towards it. That makes sense. That all kind of works out in my head. It's a mobility thing. Let's make it a bonus action. So you're not using up your attack just to get 20 extra, sorry, 4 extra spaces.
Oh, solid. That's dope.
That'd be
I didn't.
because you can double move in this kind of like Pathfinder in 5th edition.
Okay.
Anyway,
I know. Yeah. Do I want to fly now or later? Because I could also just go for like.
you could like Spider-Man pull yourself as we're currently describing things. You know, there's some room for like slingshotting.
Can I change my ability then to the push where I would just myself gets off the floor?
So you want to move out of crowd control into mobility as well? I mean, we're hockey players. Like they both make sense either way.
Yeah.
If you really want to, Eddie, we can still change anything. It's just character.
I don't know. I mean,
You gotta have some spread of abilities, though.
We do.
yeah. So I think if one of us, if you want to do mobility, then I can go into.
No, I'll stick with the.
You
with
do.
Yeah, you stick
Yeah.
with crowd control.
It's the balance. You've got the brains. Now you can punch.
Yeah, I can punch.
Yeah.
You can.
Very good. You then are going harder into skill, into like mobility-based stuff. Yeah, so you want to pull yourself towards things, or do you really want to try some kind of pseudo flight? I'm still feeling like if you wanted to go for a flight, you would still need some kind of object.
That's why I'm thinking we can get into flight. Like
Nah.
it would be like the next ability we get. We're
As you improve.
yeah. As we improve, we would like be flying with each other because then
Flying
we can use our different polarities to give ourselves like propel ourselves basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, makes sense.
Like a plus 20. The bonus, not 20.
Yeah, spend your bonus action, spend 2 uses of flux, and you can just fling yourself like instantly 4 spaces
Okay.
and towards any object. I think that sounds fair. And basically, the idea would be you'd be giving yourself a positive charge and the object a negative charge, right?
Yeah.
So you can towards that works. That works pretty well. Doesn't need a weakness more than just it costs extra flux. Okay. Just out of curiosity for everyone with these abilities that drain their hit points a little bit, what are our hit points?
51.
Holy fuck.
What?
Well, he rolled max like several times.
I rolled max on both my heart hit die and one of my body hit die.
And did you increase?
I can take one more body hit die because my body went up by 1.
So 20 more XP.
20 more, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And did you increase all the bonuses from
do
your
you have?
body?
I did not. No, I got another.
So another 3
I have
from that
24.
at least.
It's all the body ones.
What?
2,
That's
3, so it'll be another 4
How did
hit
you do
points.
that?
And that's another
Did you
max,
roll?
baby.
Did you roll for this one?
So that's
I thought yes, you
10,
rolled for body.
13 more in
so when you
totality.
spend
Holy shit.
For the extra 2 dice for your body, you roll those extra
Ian's
2
at
dice.
64 hit points.
Oh, I didn't spend extra on the body.
Maybe I
No,
should spend
and that's what you
some of
mean.
my hit points.
no, you don't.
When you built Mizuki, she had like 50 something hit points. Kirishima had like technically only level 2 as a character has like 80 hit points.
You had
when I
very few
test
hit
built
points
him,
'cause it was a roll.
you know.
Yeah.
And then he has like resistance to all physical damage
How
because
much
he's a
HP
monster.
do y'all have?
I have 24.
Oh, same.
24?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I rolled low on my body. I got a 2 and a 3.
How many hit dice do you have?
So it's a 3 body and the 2 heart.
5 hit dice total. You have like
I got 6 hit dice total now because I took 2 heart. Oh, 2 heart, 4 body into my start.
uh
Or no.
that one counts as one of your.
Yeah, that counts as 1, and I had that as the 1. So 6.
Okay, 6, 5. You have
I must have misunderstood. I
My
had
full
17,
body and 2
but
of my heart.
17. What hit dice?
but no, I
Hit
must have. I don't think. No, I have 17 points,
Oh, boy.
but that can't be. Because I didn't roll anything for body. I just rolled for the heart.
Well, did you want to train any for your body? Like,
Okay, that's what. Yeah, so I didn't.
has he trained himself to his maximum
They-
peak? Have they trained themselves to their maximum peak of physical durability yet? Or
No.
have they tried to? You're a
Um,
hockey player.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
hockey players.
So yeah, I should have like what is it
Something.
to buy extra body?
20 per body
20
or a scaling amount per heart. And those each have obviously different bonuses.
Wait, 20 per body.
20 per body.
So
Flat.
Oh, so the 40 I spent should have gone into body and not into heart, because heart would be different. Heart would be.
and
20 and then 25 and then 35. And
Okay,
so
so
on.
that should be
instead of rolling for
45.
body, I should have added normally.
No, you roll an
You
add.
roll. You roll and
You roll
add.
d6, add your ability score.
Okay, yeah, I missed that, so I
Plus
would
your
want to.
body modifier, right?
Yeah, that's why, yeah, the ability score.
I
I
have
did
3
that
more
math
hit
wrong.
points because I didn't roll max on one.
So if
and I
you-
just spent the 5 hit points to do that.
If you buy 1 unit per body, is 2 dice or 1 die?
One die.
So 20
Plus-
per die.
What's your score?
9. My
Probably take my
body is 3.
No.
So
So my
1d6
base is
plus
9.
3. Your base is 9, and then
Oh,
You're a
1d6
ranged
plus 3.
fighter.
If
1d6
I
plus
buy
3 for
some.
that.
Oh,
And
yeah,
what's your
no,
heart?
I would definitely
All
buy
of
some.
them.
My heart,
3?
2.
2. So then those,
I also plan
1d6
on
plus 2.
screaming.
Oh, okay, so I actually need to add 4 points here.
See, you guys both have in the 20s somewhere already. You
Yeah,
probably
no,
have
and I
some
would, I didn't
didn't
realize
do my
about
math
buying
wrong.
body, so let me read, because I would want to buy probably 2 body.
Lots of screams.
Lots of screams.
My body is full of screams.
My body is full of screams
Okay,
ready to be
so
unleashed.
for the
Wow, I rolled the exact same on my body and
I
heart.
watch nothing but horror movies all
so
day.
it's
I'm a mausoleum
it's what
of
I roll for the
screams.
dice and then add the base.
My body's a temple and it's very
Or is it
loud.
add the ability score?
You are a
That's like the
librarian's
score.
worst
So if
nightmare.
your body score was 3, you had 3.
You did a couple of
shit.
dice. Okay, making sure.
To be fair, though, the librarian would like you because she does enjoy fantasy literature.
That's me, baby.
Just scream and fucking goblins start swarming and stealing her books, and she's like, "No!" You know?
So my body's actually 35.
biology.
Your hit points are 35.
Yeah, my hit point with heart and body is 35. Yeah.
34,
Yeah.
35,
Perfect.
24.
Obviously with
24.
twins.
69.
yeah. Nice. Nice. Oh, I have a meme for you. I'll send it to you.
Petrasha, I have a meme for you. Okay. Bonus action, you move 4
Plus 4
spaces,
yeah.
and it costs
Up
2
to 4.
flux. Up to 4.
Yeah.
Costs 4. Well, no, it is flat 4.
Curse.
Because your rate of pull is a flat amount. It's 10. It's 2 spaces per creature.
Oh, so I couldn't choose like.
You might be able to. I'd probably ask you to make a roll of some kind.
Okay, so I'd have to make like a skill roll
Yeah.
or something.
You'd have to be controlling the exact amount of magnetism you want.
Okay, cool.
I'd allow that.
So I could potentially overshoot what I'm trying to hit, but if I roll well, then I'll hit
Yeah.
whatever my range is. Cool.
I'll
That's
handle
fine.
that case by
Yeah,
case,
that's
depending on the
fine.
environment you're in. Trees. Okay, cool. We have all of our quirk abilities at least for now, because we all have second tier quirks, so we all have 2 quirk powers starting up, and no one has anything else crazy. We should have XP remaining. So
Yeah.
if anyone wants to look, at least just let me explain how talents work as a concept. I will go over that briefly, and then we can look at your hero costumes, which there are actual systems for now. Of like, you can just make custom items.
Nice.
Oh, I don't see.
You saw it. It's the skeletons.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I'll send it in chat if
Don't worry
anyone wants to
about
see it in Discord.
Send it to Discord memes.
yeah.
Okay, so talents. Talents are a 100% optional system that do greatly improve your character
I'm getting a talent.
and give you more options for your action economy. So you're not just constantly, where do I move? What do I hit? When do I use my quirk? You can now do things like, how do I move? How do I hit? Do I want to buff my ally? Do I want to recover some hit points for myself? These give you options.
I can't send it. It says my file is too powerful.
It's too powerful, I'm sorry. Because we don't have any, I don't think we have any current nitro.
I don't think so.
It's okay, we don't need it. So if you look at them, there are 6 talents currently in existence per category. They each have different XP costs. Right now, obviously, all your XP is untyped, so don't worry about that. Just spend the amounts. And as kind of notably, there are different types of talents. You have offensive, defensive, support, and general. They're each color-coded, so that should help with organization. You have active and passive. Those are explanatory. You understand how those work. Stacking and stance, I believe there's very little of, if any at all. So you don't really have to worry about that much. But I'll explain those if you need it. And you have a certain number of talents you are allowed to have as a character. It's limited per ability score. So your limit is your score plus 1. So you can have 5 talents in the body section,
Okay.
but what's your knowledge?
My knowledge is 2.
Yeah, your knowledge, you would only be able to have then 3 skills in the knowledge category. Or 3,
Yeah.
talents in the knowledge category. You could have all 6 base skill talents if you spent the XP for it. I don't think you have enough XP left.
I have.
That'd be what, like
300
360?
Holy shit. Well, they all have different costs.
Oh,
I could.
Yeah, for you they cost there's 50, 50,
So-
50, 30, and 40. Oh fuck, you can afford them.
10.
If you spend nothing on hit points, you can have all of this. I fucking love it. You can have all of the talents for skill-based characters. And as the game progresses,
got knocked back.
more talents are added over time.
That's 6 good.
So for example, after the first week of school is complete and you guys have gone through USJ, you get a new set of talents available after that point. I believe it's 20 more are added. No, 10 more. 10 more are added after each event. After Sports Festival, 10 more. After internships, something more interesting happens. It's not just talents, but you have the option to gain talents based on training or based on alignment, or it's called attitude in this system. Or you could gain kind of what's effectively like a class archetype. That's later in the game. We're not worried about that right now. But yeah, there is a list currently of only 30 talents that expands progressively as the story unfolds. If anyone other than myself were to ever run this system, there would be the list of talents I've already developed for expansions that they could use and shuffle around. But they could also design their own, because they might not use the base My Hero story written by Kohei Horikoshi. There might not be a USJ, so the specific thematic talents I designed for that, based on the event,
yeah.
might not be relevant. Or they might be relevant at a different time, mixed and matched, who knows? You guys have the run of the place now. I think this is the last thing you need XP.
And so right now, because the XP we're using is untyped, it doesn't matter. But later on, it's typed.
Later on, you get typed.
Later on,
Yeah.
it's all typed.
Yeah.
So you train, you get body or skill. You study, you get knowledge or wisdom. When you pass tests in gym or school or class, you get shit for that too. And depending on your grade, you'll get more or less XP. Yeah, you finish a combat encounter, you'll get a combination of multiple types of XP. So if we did heroes versus villains, you'd probably get some heart based on what you kind of justify as oh, my character mostly used their brain to win that fight. I'd give you some knowledge or wisdom. You could just be I beat the shit out of them and that was it. You get some body or skill. Really very flexible. There are set amounts you'll gain for combat encounters, but the types are what matter.
Very interesting.
And the system, yeah,
Target.
you gain XP completely at your own pace. You spend your own character's free time to level up your character. So people who literally are on the grind 24/7 will hit 20th level and higher quickly. And people who are just interested in studying and hanging out with their friends, they'll get it a little slower, but they'll get other things. There's a whole socializing mechanic in this,
Yes.
with some stuff that's familiar to us and some stuff that's new. We'll get to that too. So, do any of you think you're going to take any talents right now?
I have
Yeah.
4
Holy
I
to
have
fuck.
spend
two.
all of my XP.
I have 2. I have knockback and study target.
Of course, so knockback, wow.
Yeah, that's perfect for you.
Okay, 2 additional spaces, which means when you do an almighty push, you could push them 6
Six
spaces,
spaces,
which is
yeah.
a full move action.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good for economy. And studied targets, so you get advantage on attack rolls.
Yep.
Not bad.
Plus knowledge. I have the brain.
The brain.
The brain.
So if I took stamina, would it have the same effect where it would move me, my pole would move me?
You
6
took
and stuff?
stamina?
Yeah.
What?
Because the user's movement speed is increased by 2 spaces while at or.
You mean
Oh, sprinter.
sprinter? I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Sprinter?
That would just
would just be
increase.
for base speed.
That's your base character speed. And I believe that's a stance talent. So the stance talents are interesting. There aren't not many of them right now. I don't think there are any stacking talents currently, but there are in the expanded rules.
What do you mean it's a state?
So depending on your character's state of being, you have one or the other effect.
Okay.
So you either get +2 move speed while you're above your half your charisma pool, or you get increased. I said charisma.
Stamina pool.
I meant stamina.
Right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, +2 move speed while you're above half stamina, or you get
Recovery.
improved stamina recovery while you're below half stamina.
Nope.
And of course, recovery happens when you do things like spending heroism. You don't just get it back passively over time. Now, allies might have quirks that give you back things like stamina, like Sesuru, our upperclassman friend.
Yeah.
Her quirk, which renews people. She'd probably just be able to touch them and give them back all their fucking daily
Here's your shit.
resources. Yeah.
Get back in it.
That's literally her shit.
Get in the game.
Get in the game, kid.
Yeah, so you took those. What did you take, T? Not decided yet? This guy knows. I'm going to ask him
Yeah.
real quick.
I've got Fast Friend.
Of course.
I took Quick Healing.
Okay.
3 stamina for 1d6 plus my bod healing.
Quick healing, okay.
I got Warrior. 2 stamina for an advantage on an attack roll. And then I've got Luck. It's been morale for re-rolling 2.
Yeah. See, that's all solid shit right there. Ty, you got anything? You're just going to take all the skill ones?
No,
Fuck.
I took Rapid Strike.
Okay.
So
you get
2
action
stamina
bonus.
for a bonus attack. Dodge, 2 stamina for 1d6 to defense. And then Martialist, treat 1s on attack rolls as 2s when above 1/2 morale.
Yeah. Is that attack rolls or damage
Or
rolls?
was it attack?
Damage rolls.
Damage.
So you cannot roll 2 1s on damage.
Yeah.
Martialist, dodge, and quick attack, or rapid strike, right?
Yeah.
Dope, dude. That's dope. Anything?
Then, I still have 170 to spend.
You'll find some use for it. Hit points
Find
or
something eventually.
or another talent. You could also just leave it in your bank, and then when the game properly starts, it will be typed. We'll just divide it up as even as possible.
Okay, I'll probably spend.
Okay, team, you made your
Probably
choice.
spend the 40.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to tell. I just kind of like hearing it, and I think it's good for stream too. A little bit.
Yeah, I have a question. If if we each had bulwark, could we potentially negate damage for each
So
other?
first heart is 20, and then the second heart is 20 plus
Yeah.
5, so 25. So you might use
If you're adjacent to each other,
for 2 heart.
like 100% negate
2d6
damage.
Well, that's the idea is that we will often be adjacent.
So 2d6.
Not always, but often.
If you take half for Odie, but then Odie chooses to take half of that for you, really you're just taking a quarter.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it won't make you damage immune.
Right, but a quarter is a lot better than.
No, but it means if someone attacks Odie, you react to protect Odie for half, and then Odie reacts to protect you for half. Odie's still taking most of that hit. It's kind of redundant, but you can both take Bulwark, and it's good. And you're hockey players. That's your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one fucks with our goalie. No one fucks with our twins.
I was thinking about Bulwark, but my goblins have 1 hit point, and so it'd be useless to take, because at minimum they would die regardless. It's like, well.
See, but Bulwark's perfect for you.
Later, maybe.
Do you think bulwark would take?
Maybe Juggernaut.
We don't.
if you
We don't
decide
have
you
to,
want
but
armor.
I think I would take it.
I was looking at Juggernaut
I
pretty
mean,
heavily.
you're more
Armor is
defensive than
interesting
one,
in
and
this
I'm more-
system. I'm excited to talk
I
about
do the
it.
brain, you do the.
That's why I'm thinking if I take bulwark, like I can throw throw my magnetic field in front of. Deflect.
Yeah. Like your nose starts bleeding because you absorb some of the hit for your sibling.
Yeah.
Perfect. Are you guys?
Well, I don't think this one's not taking bulwark,
I'm
but I'm
thinking
taking
about it.
bulwark.
You are.
Yeah.
You're a defender, and you're a mobility character. Interesting. Really are hockey players. Fuck you guys. And you hit really hard.
Yeah.
You're the first guy on the team who grabs the other dude and starts punching. I hate you.
So I'm probably goalie, and you're like out in the
Yeah,
front.
I'm out in the front because I can just push
I
the.
was working it. Best of luck.
Because I have the push and you have the pull.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can always pull the.
We got our
puck
talents.
to the
Anyone have any other questions or any
thing. It's like,
concerns about
instead of putting
talents?
it into
I think
the
it's
goal,
pretty
he's like,
fair
no,
and
put
just
it
fun
to the-
system. It's completely supplementary like traits. There are a lot of things you just don't need to play.
Ooh.
But are
Right.
good to have.
I still have
Give you
Albion.
versatility and depth that might contribute to your character a little bit. I like that. Okay, we're done with quirks, no talents, no traits. I'm done with all this shit, really. What do we want to talk about next then? We have a range of things. We could
This
talk
much
about how the average school day looks with academics. So there's like studying, training, socializing, right? The three pillars of school.
Yeah, is there like
Education
a
system,
straight
that's
XP bonus for just going to class as per regular, or is it going to run more like the other My Hero game where it's just these hours of the day are gone to you, enjoy studying on your free time for your finals?
That is a
Honestly,
dope ass idea. There is not currently something for just going to class because that's kind of the
Because it is a thing you have to do.
that's the assumption.
Right.
I could. It's my world now, right? It's our world if we game master this shit. The rules could be a little more lax, a little less Japanese, and there could be room for you maybe to skip school and do other things.
No.
Which then
Show up
means
to
if
class.
you go up,
Dang it.
you know, I'd be willing to work something in like that. Of if you go to all your classes every day like a good kid, that you get fucking XP bonuses when you study that night or whatever. Or, but currently, I didn't think of that, and I like it.
Okay.
So this is the shit I like testing for.
How do tests work?
Cool.
Is it saving up for one big DC roll? And how do I save up?
Okay, yeah, like before, you spend time outside of school or during lunch breaks and whatever to studying. You save up bonuses over time. Man, I've never heard of this one before.
Are the bonuses, so when I study, I get the bonuses. When I take the test, I get the XP.
Yeah, depending on the grade you get from the test,
Uh-huh.
you can gain XP from passing a test.
Okay.
You could also choose to study, not gain a test bonus, but just gain flat XP from studying. If
Okay.
you're like, oh, I'm good on tests this week,
But my friends are going and doing a study date, and I
And
want to join in.
I'll go with them and I'll just get some knowledge XP on the side. It
Yeah.
doesn't hurt,
Okay.
you know? You can
Okay.
do that.
All right.
Because you can only pass a test by so much anyway, right? You know,
Well,
Xiao knows.
Yeah.
You, it might be a little harder in this system possibly to get 100% on every test, and you know it's something that I'm going to fine tune. Currently,
Sure.
for every 4 hours you spend training or
4
studying,
hours is our average downtime in the other game, of course.
4 hours, yeah. You get one of 3 bonuses: a temporary 1d6 plus 1 bonus, a single class subject test roll. So that's our new plus 10, right? 1d6 plus 1.
Okay.
Because we're not shooting for 100, I'll get to that.
Yeah, we're not shooting for 100, we're shooting for some DC set based on D6s.
Plus 10 wisdom or knowledge XP, simple. And here's the interesting one. You choose a class subject and re-roll all ones on the next test for that class. If you already have the ones, you can take this benefit again and keep stacking it. So it's like now I re-roll all ones and twos. Now I re-roll
Okay.
ones, twos, and threes. You can keep taking that.
Until you eventually wind up rolling that number on the test roll.
Yeah.
So if I stack it once and I have re-roll ones on all tests and I roll my 3d6 or whatever and I get 2 5s and a 2, that obviously doesn't proc.
it does not.
So then the next test, it goes to 1s and 2s?
It specifically says once you use this benefit, your current minimum roll decreases by 1. So the idea is like you have 2d6.
Uh-huh. I roll it, and if unused, I study again, and it goes up to 2s and 1s that I
Yes,
can re-roll.
1s and 2s. So then you're just
And then I use it, and I still have a 1s to re-roll?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so
primo. I
your
got
studying
it.
for that class maintains a benefit over time with
Yes.
this bonus.
Uh-huh.
And it just means your minimum rolls are better each time.
Every
you take
time.
This.
You
Which-
throw that in with the luck talent that I've got, and I don't have to
luck.
study nearly as much now.
Throw that in with expertise bonuses, like I'm good at literacy, I'm going to pass English, I reroll
have
3s,
it.
God's dead.
Grab it.
Sure.
Okay.
Primo.
Here's how the tests themselves actually work. When it comes to a test check, you get 1d6 per your wisdom score and per your knowledge score. What's your knowledge? What's your wisdom right now?
3 and 2.
3 and 2.
So 5d6.
You have
So I get
5d6.
5d6 base,
Mm-hmm.
and then I study and I add 1d6 plus 1, 6d6 plus 1.
You also add the higher of your
76 plus
2
2.
mental ability scores.
Okay, so then plus the 3 base from my wisdom.
And finally, If you have any expertise that you believe apply to the test subject, you may add that, and then any studied bonuses.
Cool.
And you are shooting for 50. 50 is 100%. Every 10 below that obviously is the next letter grade because this is Japan with the 20 percentages, which is better. So C is a passing grade. D is not passing, but you won't have any penalty for that necessarily. If you get an F on something, somehow, I don't think that's numerically very possible, but it can happen. It's not probable. If you get an F, you have to take a remedial class to make up for your fucked up, which means you're gonna lose a weekend somewhere.
Gnarly, brah.
But based on what you get, your letter grade, you get 5 XP just as a reward for passing per letter grade. So you get a C, you get a 5, you get an A, you get a 15. Makes sense? You just get XP. You can choose if it's knowledge or wisdom. If you get 100% or somehow overshoot 50, which Ian knows well, overshooting, fucker, you get 1d6 extra credit on the next test in that subject. That's pretty familiar.
Quick question. So
Yeah.
I added some things to like education and science. Do I add another dice to what I roll?
Yeah, so tell me what your knowledge and wisdom are.
So my knowledge is 4, my wisdom is 2, so that's 6 in total.
6 dice, and then what's your science?
Science is 1,
Okay, so we're taking a physics exam.
yeah, and then I have another one for education.
Okay, so education's the overall category, science is the subcategory.
Yeah.
So you have 8 dice.
Yeah.
And you need and a plus 4 bonus
Yeah.
from your highest score. And we need to achieve 50 for
Yeah.
100% on that. That's not impossible. It's not like super probable. You have ways you can boost that.
Studying.
You've yeah. Talents. There are, and this is a bit of a sneak preview, behind the scenes stuff, not stuff we're going to really necessarily mess with today, more Game Master stuff. There are quests in this now that are being developed for the main UA campus and the surrounding city of like, you go meet Terabyte for the first time and she said, and you get a quest. I explicitly hand you a printed sheet of paper, or I send you a screenshot or whatever.
Okay.
And it says, spend 100 hours in the UA library studying.
You've got like
One-
straight up a module.
I have straight up modules, and if you complete the quest lines, you get, you have access to a talent no one else can train. Gives you bonuses on knowledge rolls and shit. Cool.
Okay,
You
all
can
right.
get that for the gym. There are things like a teacher will give you options like that.
Yeah, typed side quests.
You go to the ice cream shop, and there might be something.
Absolute zero!
I
Bye-bye!
We love absolute
This
zero.
system's been playable ready for months. The reason I'm not doing anything with it is because I'm currently working on outlining a city. I've tried to divide it into like 12 sections of a city.
And we're in the meat of
schools.
season 2 of the main campaign.
Uh-huh.
That's still the amalgamation of Pathfinder.
Yeah. I'm not planning to replace Pathfinder unless for some reason audiences love this and players love this. I would need both.
I like this good. But boy, the amount of time it would take to sit everybody down and to do a conversion for nothing but our own character sheet benefit.
And that's most of the problem,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So I'm not. It's
You
not,
can throw in the side quest thing.
yeah,
Easy enough.
I think I will.
Yeah.
Really, the main bummer of throwing side quests in this late in the game is that you guys have a whole semester you missed where you could have done that kind of stuff.
Bonuses only stack.
Uh-huh.
Opportunities missed, we'll never know.
It's true. Yeah. Such is game design. Such is running a TTRPG. So,
Absolute Zero is not half-man. Absolute Zero is a golden child and would never commit any crimes.
all the same stuff I
Unlike
told
us.
you. All the same stuff I told you works for like studying. Same stuff for training. It's just body and skill now. 1d6 plus 1, reroll 1s, minimum decreases by 1 when you use it, plus 10 XP, so on and so forth. The way the test works is slightly different. You just make 3 separate rolls that you justify to me, kind of like an action challenge in Pathfinder. And the table I told you earlier of DCs that
Yes.
goes from like 6 to 30,
Uh-huh.
depending on how many of those you pass for each roll.
Where your average sits.
Yeah, you get a point per value you beat, and then your average comes out of like most points you get is 20, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not super complicated. It's something you guys are welcome to read on your own. It's something we might fuck around with next week. Just try it.
Sure.
You can add expertise. You can use a saving throw if you want. You can do a fucking attack roll. I don't care. And of course, you get XP if you pass. There's no overachievers bonus gym test. It doesn't work like that. But you can get XP from passing the test. More fun.
Maybe there's a side quest that has to do with just blowing everybody out of the water with your gym performances.
There is
Literally.
there is currently a talent that, like the library, if you spend 100 hours training at the UA gym, you get, I think it's called like expert athlete or something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's just like you get an XP bonus on anytime you gain XP in body or skill.
You get a multiplier.
Flat multiplier.
Woo-wee!
Or some shit like that.
Is there a side quest for one-shotting people?
I'm
How many times has Zhao completed that side quest?
I'm almost certainly going to design it. And when I design things like this, if I go hard enough, I would hope to have like multiple tiers of that quest.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now we're going for version 2, 3, 3, 4. Zhao would be like 6. You know, I think there's currently like 8 in your.
There's a good chunk
Insta-kill
if
count.
you count named only if you count named characters. If you count like those couple unnamed mooks,
Yeah,
that
Mook
I've
Bad
also
Guys.
absolutely annihilated
It's like
in one
20
go.
now.
Yeah, it's a
We-
good chunk.
God forbid if we counted robots, not the like is it 4 HP robots, the real ones.
The real ones
It'd
even.
still be like 20 more.
Yeah.
You regularly deal like over.
One
enough
shot
to
that
one
3
shot.
level using Kirishima.
Yeah.
Is that gravity cannon?
That is deeply unnatural. Those things have like 96 hit points.
I put him right through that fucking thing.
Kite regularly does like 90 hit points of damage though, because God's dead. So,
How many
Anyway.
quests are there for saying stupid shit?
Seems like 70.
I'm sure there's got to be one.
God tier.
If I,
Anyway,
if this gets developed enough, you get to the point where students could have quests associated with them of like, you're their friend, you get this quest, complete this for them, it'll gain some benefit. Maybe you'll get a talent that's similar to one of their abilities or their quirk, like something unique to your friendship. You know?
a bonus on combo
I
moves.
do
Yeah.
Some BS like that. Hell yeah.
Speaking of which, socializing is the last big chunk of this piece.
Yeah, I took a whole talent for that, so you got to tell me how it works.
Yeah. Again, 4 hours is our average downtime period now, and that doesn't have to be 4 continuous hours, but it's just
4 hours spent.
collective hours. Most people can choose one NPC to gain a social benefit from. There's no, my charisma is 4, so I get 4 friends this downtime. Everyone's at a flat 1.
Imagine having a charisma
Unless
as
you-
low as 4,
Unless you take the Fast Friends talent,
which
which
gives
lets you
up to
benefit
a heart.
1 per heart.
So 3, baby.
But it's
3
a
friends.
whole talent that you have to invest in.
It was an expensive XP one too. It was like 80 when most of them were like 50, 60.
All the heart talents are expensive. They're
Yeah.
all high impact.
Yeah.
So you get 2 things you can do. You can make an expertise roll to increase your friendship level with that character, or you can make an expertise roll to learn one of their social statistics. All characters have like 4 stats associated with them that you can track if you want to. And there's some interesting things. So friendship levels, there are 5 levels. You start at 0, and you work up to 5. Once you hit 5, you can gain a benefit from them called teamwork. Teamwork is like the morale system that we all know so well. It's more balanced than the morale bullshit that I cobbled together in Pathfinder. Plus 4 every round is a 20% bonus to a single roll. Every round, forever, I'm a fool. I'm not going to change it now. The cat's out of the bag. In this, you have teamwork, which I believe...
Do we have automatic teamwork?
Yeah. Do we have them automatic?
I'd say
tomorrow?
because your siblings, your twins, you can be level 5 characters. That's fine. Any character you have at max friendship level, you gain teamwork with them per day equal to your heart ability score. And those teamwork is just I want to add advantage to a roll. So let's say you have 3 heart. And the way it works is the roll has to be associated with your friend in some way, or your friendship with them.
Orcs only have 1 heart, but I do have 5 stomachs. Does that provide?
That's in your body.
If you are making like a really sick attack, and you just happen to be friends with like a really strong martialist like Bakugo or Ojiro or someone, you'd be like, oh, I'm going to take teamwork from that friendship because they inspired me in this way. and you can add advantage. You can spend all 3 of it if you fucking want. I don't care. And the last thing where the social statistics come in, this is just an expression of character as a number. You can get additional teamwork per day if you match up with what your friends' kind of preferences are in people. So like, if you're an aggressive asshole, you can be Sue's friend, but you won't be her favorite person in the world. If you have the right attitude, which is like the alignment system, if you have the right attitude, you can have a bonus with people whose attitude you match. If people have a preference for, I like friends who will play board games with me. I like friends who will perv on girls with me. God, you know, if you match their benefits, you'll get extra teamwork from that. They also have statistics of like, what's their struggle class? What's their best subject in school? You match those, or if you're able to help teach them and like tutor them on those, either one, you get a bonus from that as well. You're either commiserating in misery or you're actually helping them learn. So yeah, you could get a potential 4 just free advantage per day just for matching with someone's statistics. Plus then whatever your heart ability score would be. So you could feasibly have, you know, like 7, fucking 9, however much.
So unless we're fighting, we get our bonus.
Here's the other thing. So yeah, like unlike the morale that we know in Pathfinder, you don't get this every round. But if you have lots of friends, you'll have lots of this to spend. If you are really specialized and really invest in your friends, you'll have lots more of it. And you can give it to your friends in combat. Oh shit, Mina's about to go down. I'm really good friends with her. I'm really tough. Mina, take my teamwork die. So you're giving an NPC one of your resources, but if you really care about them, you should. They're your friends.
Chat will bail them out.
Yeah. Thanks, chat.
So I'm putting a system in front of you that does not incentivize you to spend your personal winning resources on your NPC allies. But you should. You don't want them to die. You don't want them to fail classes. You want them to like you. And at least behind the scenes a little, you know, it might have some benefit. Do that. I think, you know, if that system makes sense, you know, if you have any questions about it, it's a lot of numbers, really.
I will certainly have questions of it when we get, if we ever, you know, fully do it.
Get to it, yeah.
But just from like Spark Notes, it's straightforward enough.
Yeah.
Once I make a unified actual character sheet for this system,
The character sheet would be very nice.
I plan to have a second sheet that's just a chart for friendship bullshit.
Just send everyone an Excel doc. Here's what it is.
Yeah.
Here's 32 pages of monitoring your friendships. Have fun, asshole.
I'm gonna make my players do work.
I have my literal adult players stressed about high school. Adriana was like telling us on stream, she was like, man, I'm like actually worried about passing classes and shit. And I'm like, what have I done?
No sweat, baby.
I still have the notes.
No sweat,
That means I'm
baby.
doing my job, you know?
My favorite thing about Shiro.
Okay, smart
No
boys.
sweat.
Shiro
this?
plus 4 intelligence.
Stress.
Fucking
know why you're
Panda
stressed,
and
just
Zhao
get
plus
serious.
6 intelligence, right?
Plus 5 on
Plus 5.
Zhao,
Stress.
6 on
Six on
Panda.
Panda.
Shiro
You had
also
7
had
at the
6.
end.
I had 7 at the end, I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
Shiro also had 6.
Fucking monster.
Yeah, yours were disgusting.
Really, you'd like 2 or 3 wisdom.
Yeah.
I
You
had
were
5.
Kind of silly.
I was silly. I had low wisdom, but no, I had
Low wisdom, high intelligence.
Yeah, high intelligence.
And I was high wisdom, low intelligence.
Okay, that's most of like the base, just like systems of this is how the game works. We can design characters' costumes. It's pretty simple, actually. We can talk about how combat breaks down. Of like, it's really simple. You action, move, bonus action.
We first need a in totality go over character name,
Yeah.
description, what your quirk is.
Fun, fun, fun.
Go.
All right, go.
Start with me last time.
This is Jiki Oshi.
This is
Wait, one more time.
Yes. That is a name.
Clear and coherent, please.
This is Juki Hiku.
And we're twins. We're Canadian Japanese.
A.
We have gray eyes, sort of like chinnish schlank pair.
My God. This is disgusting.
And
I'm
we
cringing out of love, I promise.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you. So Hiku literally means pull,
And
but
Oshi.
and Oshi
means push.
yes, but Hiku is also kind of Japanese slang to be cringe. So that's me.
Oh my God, he's the cringe one. They're the cringe one.
Hiku is a lovable idiot, very friendly, not as smart as Oshi, but like super social.
Or Oshi is charismatic, but very lovable in that way.
Yeah, very smart.
Very smart.
A little more sarcastic. This one's just kind of like
Bubbly.
We're gonna get
bubbly.
along.
Yeah.
Smart and sociable. Okay.
Yes. Genderqueer. They them.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
Man, you guys can be referred to they in both the singular
Yes.
and plural sense,
Yes.
which is really rare. I appreciate it.
We're gonna get along till I realize you're not them.
Yes. Oh yes, and we're each other often.
Yeah.
They're identical twins.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
tend
That's
to like
a
switch
nightmare.
each other.
Aizawa would hate that.
I think there's like a slight difference in the
There is a
eyes,
slight difference.
but it's very, very, you like have to.
Aizawa would hate that.
Yeah.
Do you have identical costumes, do you think? Do you dress the same?
We have our colors.
Yeah, we do have our colors.
Yeah.
Good.
They're like the negative colors.
Yes.
Please tell me you guys have those like Pokemon cards.
The plus
we
and minus.
literally were messaging each other about the Pokemon. Yeah.
I do have 9 of them.
Magnetar. Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Anything else from your characters? Like
Work.
personality-wise? Yeah, we'll work down the stats.
Yeah. Our court. So we're magnetic. I'm pull, and this one is push.
Yeah.
And but we both have them. We're just kind of we hone in on one or the other more frequently.
Okay. You're more outgoing. You're
Yes,
more
outgoing.
attractive. Not like physically, but I mean like socially.
Yeah, it just has a presence. Yeah. But also.
I guess no, attractive would have been Paul, and then
Yeah. Oh, and I think so our last name, Jiki, literally means magnetism because our parents were oppositely polarized and
Holy shit! Is that how they met?
and then changed their name. Yeah.
Did they have passive magnet quirk meet
Yes.
cute in a supermarket?
Yes.
I hate that. That's so cute. Fuck that.
That's why this one's name is
and I think it was in Canada. Like mom is Japanese, was an exchange student in
They
Canada.
literally had a Miles Morales moment.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Met in Canada, and then they moved back. They both moved to Japan, and they changed their last name to GQ, which is magnetism.
Your parents full committed to the bit, and I appreciate
Absolutely.
And then you were just following in the footsteps.
We're just
one mostly
expanding.
it. Okay, so let's do some character sheet breakdowns. What are your ability scores then? Hiku, Oshi, Hiku.
Yes.
Oshi, Hiku.
Heart 2, skill 4, body 3, wisdom 2, knowledge 3.
Heart 2, skill 2, body 3, wisdom 2, knowledge 4.
Smarter, more likable, it checks out.
Yep.
Both likable, both smart.
Yes.
Just like your quirks, the same, but little differences. This is good character design in action. I love it. Okay, hit points.
35.
34.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Slightly.
Slightly.
I'm not worried about consumables and saving those.
Oh,
What have you
What
ate
about
broccoli this
attitude?
morning?
What's your attitude?
I don't know yet.
Okay, social moral.
Oh yeah, we haven't done attitude. We'll do that. That's not important.
Yeah.
In terms of like, if you have any talents that you think complement your character, I'd love to hear them. But if they're just general, oh, this is good for combat, I don't think it's fine. No.
Well, we have different passions,
Yeah.
so
Well, I mean, our general one is hockey, but I do debate.
yeah.
You do
Captain
debate.
of the debate team, yeah.
Natural.
Master debater, yeah.
You know me when I made that joke. And you,
I don't have a specific passion yet.
but you're probably better at hockey, just slightly.
I don't know. No, this one's more aggressive about it.
More
Oh
aggressive.
fuck.
But I'm usually the goalie.
Which is why you have bulwark.
Yeah.
That's clever as fuck. Okay, and your quirks are the same. You have a magnetism kind of thing. You have a positive charge and a negative charge, but you can both do both. You just have preferences.
Yeah.
Okay. Fun. You like to use yours to push other things away, and you like to use yours to move really fast. You sure you're the goalie?
Yes.
Interesting. I'll take it.
Balance.
You're challenging yourself.
Yeah.
Good. Anything else you want to? You're good.
I'm good.
Fun. 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When is our birthday?
With one birthday, that'll help. Can you do some astrology?
I know.
bullshit
We'll figure it out.
What's up? My name's Hall. Boz. I was abandoned in Japan when I was young because my parents are hippies and I blend in with plants.
Oh no!
Holy fuck.
They forgot you in the park one day?
Yeah, I just really like
They went to smoke
shrubs.
some weed. Forgot they had a kid.
You got in some stranger's car, they got like fucking arrested or something, and they just left you in the park.
Yeah, but it's cool because I can take the life energy from plants. So I just ate parks. And then I can turn that energy into blade beams and cut shit.
And you became a ward of the state, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh my
Holy
god!
fuck.
Tragic.
Too many orphans, okay? You're effectively an orphan. You're a lost child. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I got 37 HP. I got 2 heart, 5 skill, 3 body, 2 wisdom, 2 knowledge.
5 skill, man.
And yeah, acrobatic 1.
Super acrobatics. Okay. Yeah, so you have the ability to turn light energy into kinetic projections of objects that you hold,
Yeah.
and you can drain the life from plants to gain more use of your power.
Yeah.
Cool. And
Wagshio.
Wagshio.
Wagshio. I'm a summoner. I create hordes of goblins that swarm my enemies.
Literal mind goblins.
The Roll Tide hero.
The rolling tide.
The Rolling Tide, baby. I'm an orc. Green skin, big tusks. I have taken the large attribute.
Height?
What's my max? Like 8 foot?
9 is your
9
max.
foot? Let's just max it out.
Oh my god!
I'm a 9-foot monster.
You're a 9 foot tall 15-year-old. One of your parents must have had some kind of.
So are you also like mutant?
It's my mom.
Well, he has a inherited mutation.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with the quirk itself.
That's from my mom. My dad's got the whole like spirit bullshit, I guess.
Ian, how do you always make it about big women?
It's funny.
Mom's,
We love big
your mom's
women.
huge. Your dad.
My dad's actually
literally
Minetta
manifests.
size.
Fuck off. Your
What
dad's
do
a
I? I'm just
goblin.
making it up as I fucking go.
Dad's
So
a
the spirits
goblin.
are smaller.
My dad is a goblin.
Your mom's just a big human woman, not even an orc.
Yeah, I get the green from my dad.
Big lady.
Great.
So you're a bugbear.
He's a hobgoblin. Yeah.
I'm a hobgoblin. I'm a full orc. I'm a full-blooded orc. I got the tusks and everything.
Cool.
Attributes: heart 3, skill 1, body 4, wisdom 3, knowledge 2.
Ooh, good spread.
Yeah. Whopping 69 HP.
Nice.
Nice. I scream and summon spirit goblins that just beat the tar out of people. And I scream again to send them into a frenzy to make them beat the tar out of people harder. And that's it. My goblins will do like my chores for me and stuff. I always have them do the dishes and the cleaning up.
Yeah.
I'm not lazy, I just have a better system.
You're just efficient.
Yeah.
Lazy.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
all it is.
Exactly.
My God, does he play Warhammer?
I absolutely play Warhammer, which is where the ideas for my manifestations come from.
Right. I mean, it makes sense too that to practice his quirk, he's a war gamer.
Yeah,
It's the most accurate
exactly.
simulation.
Yeah.
It's that or RTS games, you know?
Yes. I mean, that's wargaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good shit.
And I sing in a metal band.
Tell me when that metal band has named Louise. Make it something fantastical.
It is Mega Macbeth.
Mega Macbeth. Sad face. They're 15.
They're 15.
Man, if you played this character, the kind of thing I'd want to know about your buddies. Like, you know, are they in town, or did you have to?
One of
leave
them
your
one of them
band?
has no, they're all out of town. I'm from like far south.
Okay.
where it's warmer. One of my buddies got an electric type quirk, kind of like Kaminari, except it manifests a guitar and makes the electric
Oh,
guitar
shit,
noises.
yeah.
You're all summoners.
Yeah, we're all summoners. The other guy, he produces, it's like little swarms, like bee swarms, but they're sticks, and he plays the drums with them.
What? Okay, I'll take it.
They just beat the shit out of drums.
See, he's just
Tons of-
doing extra credit now. Thank you. Anything else?
Nah, I think that sums me up
Something
pretty
I
good.
forgot to do.
I'm a face tank. I
So
walk
like-
in, I scream,
Yeah.
and then I win.
Something I forgot to do with your quirk. We didn't give you a range for where you.
They're right next to me.
You would just want them all adjacent.
Yeah.
And
And if I summon more than there are in adjacent squares, they just tumble
rings.
like out of the heavens.
Oh,
they pyramid off of
beautiful.
you.
Yeah.
I love
It is a
that.
tie.
I love the idea that they just come around you in like a 30-foot area or something, but no, that's better.
No, they
Um,
manifest. They go from like, the feet up. So the last thing you see is their weapons and their meat expressions.
So when you then shout, do we want that range to just be like 4 squares? Because of your body.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for like the frenzy, it would be
Yeah, sorry.
within audible range.
That's what I meant, yeah, friend.
But yeah, for summoning, just within whatever's adjacency or whatever's necessary.
Within audible range is fair. Audible range is like 12 squares, though.
Sure.
So, yeah,
Okay.
that's most of the battlefield. They're weak anyway. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Sure. 12 squares. Good. Good shit. Then, we have like 17 minutes left. We can talk about some last things to just consider and talk about a little bit.
Yeah.
Hero costumes are a pretty simple system this time around, actually. No dependent on your grade bullshit currently. I might change it a little bit up, I think.
Okay.
But currently speaking, when you find it,
Also, we just want you to know my birthday is on June 1st.
okay.
My birthday is May 31st.
Oh, you fucks. You're midnight babies. Ian's that.
And yourselves.
Still very much Gemini.
Fucking Geminis. The twins. How could they?
How could they not?
The most obvious.
We're just hitting it on the nose every time, yeah.
Okay. So if you guys go to the items section in the PDF, it'd be good for you to just like see it as reference. But you have garments, and then you have items. Your garments can manifest as any basically basic bonus to your character statistics that you want. Be like, oh, I want night vision goggles, so I have a bonus in perception checks, like Adriana has. I don't care. I want tight pants that are loose fitting when I'm in the water, so I can swim better. Advantage on swim checks. Mizuki. I don't care. That's fine. There is a list of like samples you can choose that are just pre-built for you, but you can customize as much as you want. They take up a number of slots. You have 6 slots to work with. So if you want a full suit of hazmat armor, it's going to make you immune to fire and poison effects. It'll probably be your whole damn suit, but you have 6 slots to work with. You can have item storage as a slot. You can have multiple item storages like Momo has. You can do it. Items are relatively simple as well. They just give you similar little advantages. Like cuffs will give you advantage on grab checks, and they would make it hard to break out of a pin then. You had save bonuses, fucking armor recovery. You can have the little thing that gives you a d6 your hit points back. It's very customizable. You have I think 6 garment slots for your customization of your suit, 2 item slots, and 1 weapon slot. Very simple. And they all give such minor bonuses, but they're useful, hopefully. Armor and weapons. Weapons are simple. There are 3 categories of weapons. You have light, which is a d6 plus a bonus. Medium, 2d6. Heavy, 3d6.
Catch me with that great club.
Yeah, absolutely.
3d6 damage, yeah.
Mega Macbeth.
Technically, there are heavier
You
weapons.
should be Mega Macdeath.
No.
But right, because it's a play on Megadeth.
Yeah.
And so just adding the Mick would be too on the nose. I gotta add in the Shakespeare thing where everybody dies.
Yeah,
So it's
That's
still
true.
Megadeth,
yeah.
but
Mega Macbeth.
Yes.
Please have Shakespeare-themed lyrics. in
imagine
Japanese.
wyverns.
Imagine wyverns.
Imagine why we did this whole thing in
Witch
Fuck the
Grinder.
Mad King Day where we just
we had a whole slew of.
just went through stupid fucking redos of names.
I love the D&D joke AC/DC. It's so stupid. Anyway, there are heavier weapons than heavy, but they're really rare, so they're not relevant right now. There are ranged weapons you can choose.
No.
None of you have access to lethal weapons, but you can make some petitions. You can sign up for programs to get trained to use that shit.
It's
Quiet.
lethal if you swing it hard enough.
Here's the big thing that's actually different, and this is armor. These armor would take up at least one of, if not several of your garment slots. That's kind of up to you. But armor in this system is interesting. It gives you a small bonus to defense. It's right between weapons. And
Yeah, no, I hit the little scrolly thing on the side and it went haywire.
they give you small bonuses to defense. Light armor is +2, medium armor is +4, heavy armor is +6. But the big thing armor does, it has a durability rating. Basically, your armor has its own hit points. When you take a hit, if it beats your defense and you're going to take damage, you can choose to reduce your armor by 1 and then reduce the incoming damage. If you're really crazy, you can reduce the armor by multiple points and reduce the incoming damage a lot. So, light armor, you spend 1 point. Oh, my bad, wrong system. You don't get to spend multiple points, you just have flat amount. If you spend a point of damage for your armor, you get resistance to the damage.
Okay.
So the armor just takes half of the damage off of you for 1 durability. Heavy armor has 9 durability, medium is 6, light is 3. So light armor will give you +2 to defense, and it'll absorb half of a hit 3 times. After your armor runs out of durability, it no longer gives. You can no longer do the resistance thing, obviously. But it still functions and still gives you a bonus to defense. That's good. Armor is very different from Pathfinder, but it's simple. And I think it's effective enough.
Yeah, I'm liking it overall.
Sorry, I almost described the system that Heavy Metal War uses, which is similar but a little different. And my brain fucked
How
up.
dare you have multiple systems? that
I know,
you're
it's almost
building.
like I have a D6 based foundation that I use for everything else.
Disgusting.
It's fine.
Seriously.
If an RPG should exist and doesn't, I use my fucked up. How My Hero doesn't have a good RPG, and how a 40-year-old franchise like Transformers doesn't have a good RPG, I'll never know.
None
But
of them do.
I do it myself. Now, I'm going to try my best to make it playable. In terms of how everything looks so far, the last thing, attitude, there are 2 scales, personal and practical. Personal is things like good and evil. Practical is things like law and chaos. So, you know, you can personally be a bad person, but live a practical lifestyle. Like, I'm evil. I'm not going to kill people because I'm going to get thrown in prison for that shit. So I'm lawful evil, or I'm neutral evil at the very least. Right? You can be a good guy and live an impractical life of doing good things for people, but getting yourself in trouble doing it. None of these really reflect. It's a statistical system that benefits other systems in the game, and based on your actions, I might just look at you and be like, "Hey, you did a thing. Decrease your practical scale by 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever. Increase your whatever scale by this amount." And if the players agree to it and it makes sense, then we'll do it. It's kind of between the player and the DM to hash it out. You are all going to be allowed to just choose a starting value. But each scale has a number, varies between, they vary by a lot. They have 60 points of range. They go from -30 to +30. 0 is true neutral. If you're 0 on both scales, you're literally true neutral. Don't expect it to last. That, to me, feels basically impossible. People just aren't like that in the real world very often. And they're like little sub-descriptions, if you want, that are helpful. Like, you could be lawful, but you could be like truly lawful, or you could be social lawful, which is like a different. It doesn't matter. It's just degrees of extremes. And depending on your rating on things like this, characters like Ida might not like you if you have like a -30 practical, which means you're hyper chaotic. It's like, you're a good guy. It's like, you're a good guy. I like you well enough, but I don't want to spend time with you because you terrify me.
Cheryl's only like
The
a
decisions you
negative
make make me keep
25,
my
not a
Okay.
negative.
Even if you're
I
a good
know it's
person,
a
at
negative
heart,
30.
you know?
Cheryl
That
is fine.
exactly. If you are in the same range as an NPC, like same 15-point range on both of your axes, that's like one of their social statistics. You can get a teamwork for that. If an NPC has a specific preference for, I only like lawful friends, which they don't even have to be lawful, by the way. They could be chaotic and still have that preference. You know, and you're in that as range, you get bonus for that kind of thing. Later on in the game, like after internships and such, you'll have the opportunity, if you go train under the right teachers or the right heroes, you can get talents that are like, oh, I am a paragon of good, and as long as I have good attitude, I will have this talent for free. Doesn't take up a slot.
Okay.
Just shit like that. It's a system. It's not as useless as alignment, but it's not super necessary to worry about at all times. If you really want to get into number crunching in this kind of game, which this supports, and you really want to farm friendship, which is a weird thing to say,
At Zhao.
at
Yeah,
Zhao,
at every character Ian plays.
Panda didn't farm no friendship.
Yes, he fucking
You
did.
all came at me.
Whatever, you farmed all of the
You're like,
friends.
oh, we're gonna cut your hair and we're gonna give you a skin routine. We're gonna make you a likable person. I'm like, just let me be a trash goblin.
I'm just gobbling trash. That's really the system. That's about it. There's some like extra rules. There's a whole list of conditions. You're not worried about that right now. We'll worry about combat breakdown next time we play. But we've built our characters. We've mostly explained the system.
How dare you put that
And next
in
time we
your
play, we'll have an
file.
opportunity to test everything out if we still want to play.
Hell yeah.
Any questions?
There you
You
go.
look like you have a question.
No, but I'm going to read through things because I know I'm going to have questions.
That's okay. You guys, please, if you have the time and are interested enough, read through things at least a little bit. There are things that are written that I'm not telling you that will answer questions, but for time's sake, I'm leaving them out right now. Playing the game should be simple. And you can be a low numbers, I don't care, I'm coasting by in high school. You can play this casually. The system supports that, but I wanted the system to be robust enough that if you wanted to go really hard, literally maximize your fictional character's life schedule, their friendships, their fucking personal attitude and moral compass. You want to? You can. It's all in front of you. And if an option doesn't exist, you think should, that goes for you too, audience. Tell me. I would love to expand the game more. And if there are things you feel are wholly unnecessary that don't justify their own existence, tell me. I'll change them or I'll cut them out. This shit's experimental, it's playable, but it's not set in stone. If anyone has any feedback right now, including the audience, if anyone has any questions right now, including the audience, we've got a couple minutes, you're welcome to ask now, you're welcome to hit me up in the Discord. But otherwise, thanks for building characters. I love all of your characters. They're all great.
So fun.
I'm excited to test them next week. We're going to start next week hot with a bit of combat training.
Yo.
Day 2 of school. So, yeah, anything from anyone right now?
No, not as far as questions go. I think we covered what we were looking to cover.
Very honestly, like if it seems too complicated or unnecessarily complicated, let me know. If you think there are things that actually need more depth, let me know. I want all the feedback. It's okay. So, I feel good about it. I know there are things that need to change, and I know some of those things. I'll get to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Tomorrow's New Albion. Day after's Mad King. Maybe later in the week we'll find some time to work on that fucking Demon Slayer campaign.
Hey.
But it all depends on my time.
You know who you should really talk to about that? Enoch.
Yeah, I should. I
Yeah.
should hit him up for that one.
I know he's awkward and the words are elusive in his mouth, but like
He knows it.
He's
Yeah.
a good kid.
He knows it.
We love him. He's not problematic at all. Like some of our friends we don't have on stream.
Don't look at me. I'm being quiet today.
Yeah, Odie's on the stream.
Mostly good.
Really
Today.
good.
I've been very good
And
today.
you
The
know,
question in chat is, can they get access to the PDF soon?
if the playtest goes well next week, and I get a little bit more work done on it, it is, for the most part, at least the player portion, access ready. Pretty quick. The the Game Masters portion of it, not as much so. I want to fully outline the city of Shizuoka with like a couple dozen things to do here and there, and the school grounds itself, and like a plan for the first year school at least, which is actually less than it sounds like, funny enough. I want to get all that outlined before I put out the Game Masters stuff for this as well. But for now, this will be very soon. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. This has been D&D House, playing some more My Hero Academia Dungeons & Dragons. Over and out.